Imagine this. You're soaring through the sky, the world a miniature map below, and your aircraft is cutting through the air. But there's an invisible opponent, a relentless force constantly trying to pull you back, challenging every inch of your forward motion. That force, my friends, is drag. And understanding its deepest secrets isn't just about passing an exam, it's about truly mastering the physics of flight, especially when you're aiming for something as significant as your ATPL theory exams.
Absolutely, it's fundamental.
Today, we're taking a definitive deep dive into the foundational principles of aerodynamic drag, drawing directly from our essential source, aviation drag, principles and effects. We're going to pull apart exactly what drag is, explore its surprisingly distinct types, and uncover how it dances, sometimes controversially, with the other fundamental forces that keep an aircraft aloft.
Yeah, and how those types interact is really the core of understanding performance.
Our mission today is to transform these complex aerodynamic concepts into crystal clear, actionable knowledge. We're not just going to tell you facts. We're going to unlock those aha moments, giving you a rock-solid understanding that will not only arm you for your exams, but truly deepen your appreciation for the incredible engineering and physics behind every flight.
Exactly.
Consider this your fast track to being genuinely well-informed about one of aviation's most fundamental and, dare I say, fascinating challenges.
It's true. Drag often gets a bad rap, seen purely as the adversary to efficiency. But without truly grappling with it, without understanding its nuances, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle that makes flight possible.
Right.
We're going to demystify every facet, beginning with the very essence of what this relentless resistor truly is.
All right, let's unpack this from the ground up. At its core, what is drag? We know it's a force, but how does it behave in relation to the aircraft? Is it just the wind hitting the nose?
Well, it's far more specific than just wind hitting the nose. Fundamentally, drag is the aerodynamic force that actively resists the forward motion of an aircraft through the air. Think of it as a constant pull, always working against the direction the aircraft wants to go.
Okay.
And here's the crucial part, especially for exams. It acts precisely parallel to and in the same direction as the relative airflow.
Ah, parallel to the relative airflow, not necessarily the ground track or the aircraft's axis.
Exactly. It means it's always opposing your flight path, like an invisible hand pushing you backward relative to the air you're moving through.
So it's not just about the aircraft moving, but the relationship between the aircraft and the air itself.
Precisely. The key concept here is relative velocity. It genuinely doesn't matter if the aircraft is moving through perfectly still air, or if you're holding a wing stationary in a wind tunnel with air flowing past it, or even if both are moving. It's the speed and direction of the air relative to the aircraft that dictates the drag. That relative motion is the engine for all aerodynamic forces, including lift and drag. Without it, you simply don't fly.
That distinction makes a lot of sense. It's all about how the air sees the aircraft, not necessarily what's happening relative to the ground. Now, when we talk about total drag, our source emphasizes it's an intertwined duo, two main players. What are these two, and why are they so distinct?
Right. The total drag an aircraft experience is composed of two fundamentally different types. First, we have parasite drag.
Okay.
This is the resistance that exists simply because the aircraft has a shape, and it's moving through a fluid, the air. It's largely independent of lift generation.
Independent of lift, got it.
So even if you could somehow fly an aircraft at zero lift, which isn't really practical flight, but conceptually, it would still experience parasite drag. It's the drag of its physical presence and friction with the air.
And the second type, this is the one that often makes people scratch their heads, right? Because it seems so counterintuitive.
You're spot on. The second type is induced drag. This one is fascinating because it's a direct and unavoidable consequence of generating lift.
Wow. So the act of flying itself creates drag.
Yes, the very act of staying airborne creates its own resistance. It's the paradox of flight. You need lift to fly, but lift creation comes at a cost in the form of induced drag.
All right. Many thanks for listening to this free part of the ATPL Theory podcast. If you want to continue learning and access the full comprehensive guide, go to my Patreon at patreon.com/ATPLtheory or my Hero at herohero.co/ATPL. That is patreon.com/ATPLtheory or herohero.co/ATPL. Wishing you all the best.